Hey, girly pops and friends and theys and everyone else listening. Welcome back to the Real House Guest of North Hollywood. I am your host, Carson Frey. I hope you all had a lovely week. I definitely did. A lot going on Bravo wise. So, a lot of you know that there's no BravoCon happening this year, but they are doing little mini LA New York BravoCons. I'll be at the LA one. Hope to see some Bravo celebrities, but I know we're getting advanced screening of Summer House a couple days early, so my review won't come out early, but I'm very excited and I'm excited to report back on any boots on the ground journalism. I will let you know what I'm seeing. We did have a little bit of crazy Bravo week. I'm a big Watch What Happens Live girl. I don't know. I feel like most Bravo fans don't watch What Happens Live as religiously as I do, but it's my morning news. I normally don't watch it that night. I do it the next morning. You know, when old people put on CNN in the morning, I'm watching Andy Cohen. That's my vibe. So Kyle was on this week after the Summer House episode, and Andy asked him, he goes, "Hey, we heard that Craig, Paige's boyfriend, is an investor in Spritz, which that's the wine spritz company owned by the girls from the Toast and her husband who has that podcast with Josh from Drake and Josh. I think her Instagram is Girl with No Job and his is Boy with No Job. So they have a spritz company. Craig's an investor in it. It was announced. He's an investor and also I don't know, an influencer, doing PR, a spokesperson maybe. And Kyle definitely threw shade. He said he felt like Craig was kind of going against him in summary. And then the girls from the Toast clap back and they go, because Kyle said on Watch What Happens Live that they took him out to dinner to try and get industry secrets from him. He had no idea he was blindsided, all this stuff. The girls from the Toast were like, Craig took him out to dinner a week before, let him know what was happening. Craig said, "Hey, this is what I'm doing. If you don't want me to do it, I'm willing to do it for Loverboy if you give me equity." Kyle doesn't give equity to anyone else, I guess. And yeah, so drama there, exciting. I kind of want to try both. Although, I don't know how I feel about the girls from the Toast. I don't. I'm probably starting a war I cannot finish. Okay. Just other Bravo news, not really happening right now, but happening in my Bravo life. So, you know how they release everything on Peacock? I've been watching Shaw's of Sunset. There's 9 seasons. I'm on season 9. I started it maybe, a month ago? Something like that. MJ, I love you. You are so cool. I'm obsessed with you and Tommy and little baby Shams. And I love the story of MJ going from this woman who's unsure if she wants to be a mother or a wife, kind of, and saying, no, I don't want that. That's not what I want. And then, obviously the death of her father, Shams, changed her. And just seeing the love she has with Tommy and little baby Shams, and it's really hard right now where I'm at in season 9. Season 8 was hard to watch that fight with Reza and MJ, but season 9, it's just my heart just breaks for Tommy. Reza I loved until season 8. If there's a redemption arc, please tell me, because it just literally breaks my heart what he did. Don't trust Adam. He feels like a white woman, like a Karen. Don't trust Adam at all. I love Golnesa. Did not like her at first. On and off. I was unsure how I felt about Golnesa. Love her, obsessed with her, great storyline. And all I knew about Golnesa is that her and Lala were feuding. And it's just, yeah, her and Lala are a lot alike, actually. It's interesting. But yeah, if you haven't watched Shaw's of Sunset, you should definitely watch it. I was telling my friends, it's for Housewives, Orange County. I don't know how many seasons there are. There's 8 bad seasons, easily. You at least 8, 9, 10 maybe. Shaw's of Sunset, the last 2 aren't hitting the same, but the first 7, it's hitting. And 8, it's good. It's just heartbreaking to watch. It's kind of like watching Real Housewives of New Jersey. yeah, that's what I don't like about it. It's that like deep family heartbreak. Also, back on the Kyle thing. So, since Kyle doesn't allow people to have equity in Loverboy, you know, everyone on Summer House is literally giving Loverboy free advertising. I heard they have no contracts, they get no like percentage of sales, like nothing for promoting it all the time. Remember many seasons back, Kyle got into it with Hannah, said it was because she didn't take out the trash or this or that or all this other stuff. You know, Kyle said what it was. I saw a TikTok that was said it was because Hannah had done an ad with Truly, like the seltzer. So does Kyle just not want anyone else like going against? It's not going against Loverboy. That's fair competition, bro. Whew. Let's talk about the episodes of the week. So we're going to talk about the Valley. Episode is Baby Moon Mayhem. Season 1, episode 10. We're really getting into it. I can't remember if it was this episode or last episode, but like, if I ever have a child and go on a baby moon, I'm not going on a baby moon with my friends, me and my partner. Why would you go on a baby moon with 10 people? Doesn't make sense. So the episode opens with Michelle and Jax kind of still having that conversation about, you were texting this guy sexy photos. No, I wasn't. Yes, I was. Da-da-da. Michelle's adamant, like nothing was inappropriate, and she's not letting Jax like get into it with her. She said no. And then we see, this is why I didn't like, it's not that I didn't like the episode. It's the episode is just Jax yelling at Brittany. It's a lot of white male rage. Jax and Carl yelling at their partners. That's what we're seeing a lot in both of these. The way he's so unsupportive, though, when yelling at her, and he's so dead set on this narrative that she's essentially an alcoholic. I agree, Brittany probably shouldn't drink because of all of her stomach issues, but if I was married with Jax, I'd be like, fuck it, I'm getting drunk too. And that's clearly what it is. There's a lot of stress. And just the way he's talking about her and to her, it's just, ugh. So Michelle goes up to tell Jesse what Jax said. And Jesse's like, Jax, come in. I'm not doing the telephone, which I kind of agree. Yeah. So Danny comes down to talk to Jesse about like the fight, they had in the last episode. And he's just like, yeah, I took it too far. And Jason kind of helps them come together, being the lawyer he is. And Danny is kind of quick to forgive, which not a bad quality to have in a man. Danny's not like as perfect though, as we've been saying. The girls are like cooking dinner. And Michelle brings up to Nia how she like showed them a house in Santa Clarita, so Nia could be like, yeah, this is too far. Because now I understand more Nia saying she's feeling isolated. So Santa Clarita, I would feel isolated there. Like I live near where they all live. Santa Clarita is far. It's far enough in LA standards where you won't see anyone as easily. And Michelle asked Nia, like, why didn't you stand up? And she was like, Danny listens, but he doesn't always take in what he's saying. And that's why I'm saying he's not perfect. And no one on these shows are. Like, it was kind of silly of me to be like, Danny and Nia are perfect. Danny and Nia are perfect. And then Jesse says, the boys are outside talking, and Jesse goes, Danny, yeah, I should know you're not tough. You're not which you just don't say that to a dude, especially when he's like expressing his emotions, being sensitive. And Danny just starts like crying and saying he doesn't feel man enough. He doesn't feel like the brotherhood the same way the other guys do. And he just opens up about how he feels like there's a lot of expectations from Nia about like their marriage, fatherhood, all this stuff. And he just feels it weighing on him. And Jesse kind of chimes in and he's like, yeah, women never appreciate it. So much is expected. And you just see Jason in the corner, whose wife is about to give birth, like, ooh, shit. Jason, remember, they're married to Jesse and Jack. So, like, I don't think Janet's going to feel the same way. You might feel the same way. So yeah, Jason's then all totally anxious because his wife is literally about to give birth. And then Jesse is like, yeah, I want another kid so bad. And it's like, dude, your marriage is over. Why do you want another kid? She's clearly not happy. Why are you trying to bring more human beings into a dynamic you guys both agree isn't working? It's just sad to me. And then Janet is like cooking for everyone because Brittany's out. She's sick. And Jasmine can cook, but none of the other girls know how to cook. That's fine. Modern women. She is 8 months pregnant. 8 months pregnant cooking for a shit ton of people. And so she comes out and asks the boys to like hop on the grill to help her. Jesse goes, and puts his hand in her face. Janet loses it. She loses it because she is hangry. She is pregnant. It is late. She's around a bunch of drunk people. She's just angry, crying, running away. And Jason reminds me so much of my partner. Maybe that's why I like love Jason, because he's totally gives me like the vibe of like what happens when I'm like, this is too much, fuck it, and I run off and like cry. And then, it's okay. You're good. I'm sorry. Let's figure this out. Immediately Jason's all like, I messed up. I'm so sorry. I just love it. Jasmine is like, all right, while this is happening, I'm just gonna run the grill, because she's capable. She's got it. And like, I love that vibe about Jasmine. She's like, let's keep it moving. Michelle then goes inside to eat, and she's like, is everyone, eating at the table or just around? And Danny is like, doesn't look like it. And she goes, I'm not your wife. Don't talk to me like that. And Jax was like, the food looks great, but too bad my wife was too fucked up and she couldn't help you because she's like this and that. And just like talking shit about his own wife. Which, like, if anyone else said that, Jax would have flipped out. So why would you say that about your own wife? And like, he's like, she's so wasted. She's so drunk. And all the girls are like, she's not. She's sick. We're in Big Bear. She has altitude sickness. And he just refuses to go in and check on her and like be a good supportive husband. What's the point of getting married if you don't have any desire to do those things? And like, Jax really, honestly, the way he, like, this scene when watching it, it scared me. Because if this is how Jax is acting in front of all their friends with cameras around, what's he like when they're alone? What's he like when it's just the two of them? What was it like those years where they weren't on TV? How was he talking to her? To get Brittany to this point where she went from I'll never leave him to I'm probably now it's looking like they're getting divorced. And I get why Jax doesn't want her to drink, but it's her body. It's her choices. It's funny, they're like screaming, but Nia's like breastfeeding a child and she just slowly slips away. I want Jax to leave Brittany alone. Like, honestly, when Brittany said Jax was sucking her sparkle out of her, I felt that. What's that one Taylor Swift song that's like, still be Joel, da 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 da, so bad. I'm so bad with lyrics, but Bejeweled, where she talks about like getting her shine back, a man stealing all the sparkle and shine within you, so then you feel like empty, and then you're like, hold on, get away. That's what's happening to Brittany. And like, you can see it, like, she looks a lot better without Jax around. Janet really pushes them to go to therapy, which I agree, like, that's what has to happen, therapy. And Jax, he apologizes the next morning, but again, it turns into a fight everyone can hear from the living room, and just like being around that energy. And Brittany brings up a good point that Jax doesn't see the emotional damage he's installing. He's cutting her open and damaging her every single day. He doesn't get that. Then Zach, who was not invited, Petty Queen, post a black screen saying he's in Big Bear. He's not in Big Bear. He was just trying to mess with Janet, which is so messed up because she's pregnant. Like, after watching, because I'm watching Shaw's, where everyone treated MJ terrible, like she had a very traumatic birth no one was there for, Janet's about to give birth. You guys have to be a little easy on her. Like, you have to. But yeah, Zach's not there. He's in LA. He's about to have a spa day with Kristen, aka time to just like talk a bunch of shit. Zach says he feels like him and Janet were in a better place, but recently in an interview, Janet said that they weren't in a better place, like at all, that they hadn't even talked for 2 years before filming began. So is Zach, that could be a tongue twister really easily. Zach. I think he's like lying though. So yeah, Zach is just totally being a meanie. Just a meanie. He's not there. He's in LA gossiping with Kristen. Just being mean. And Zach's like, no one should take it so seriously. I'm just being silly. It's mean. Like I said, Janet's pregnant. She's pregnant. Can someone be soft and gentle with her? I sound like Carl. Can you be soft and gentle? And then later, they're all out on the boat. And I don't know if this was said on the boat or not, but Jesse's like, I like thick girls. And it's like, Michelle's tiny. And he says she used to be thicker. I don't know. It was just a weird conversation about your wife's body. And then they're talking about the Napoleon complex, and none of them know what it means except Jason. And I just feel for him because they're like, no, a Napoleon complex means you like a partner that's taller. It's like, no, but, you know, you have an actor, a reality star, and a real estate agent, and a lawyer. Who do you think is going to know what the Napoleon complex is? Yeah. Interesting episode, though, The Valley. I just wish Jax would shut the fuck up. I want the women to, like, rise up. I just want to see girl power, really. Really, though, the best show on Bravo right now, Summer House. We're going to talk about Season 8, Episode 4, Dusk Till Dawn. Dusk Till Dawn, like Danielle's app. That's where we open, is Danielle's app party, which I actually downloaded the app. It's a good idea. It's like you take a photo of everything in your closet and it helps like organize. You can hire a stylist on the app. It was like $2.99 for a month. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll support it. Not a Danielle fan, but the app actually seems cool. To take her like years to release it though. Jesse's cancer-free again. It was just a buildup of calcium. And now, like, anytime a guy, like, I'm like, go get your nuts checked. But you never know. It could be too much calcium. Carl talks with the boys at the party about, like, the fight with Lindsay. And he says him and Lindsay, like, doesn't sound like they're talking about these fights. They're, like, getting in these very heated discussions and just, like, sleeping in separate beds, not talking about it, just, like, and it's building. And then Paige and Craig talk about how they, like, avoid the conversation about moving. And I don't know, because, like, I'm a giggler. Love Giggly Squad. Kind of seems like they're together all the time. It's just Paige has the New York place and he has the Charleston house. And I kind of agree with Paige that they do pretty much live together because they're together so much. So until they have a kid, like, why does it matter? And I love how she's like, yeah, we could move to New York, New Jersey, Rhode Island, Connecticut, basically anywhere on the East Coast, which Craig is from Delaware, so it's not like crazy. Then everyone goes to the house to get ready for dinner, and they're having a surprise party for Jesse because he's cancer-free. And Jesse's like, when they get to the restaurant and he sees it, he seems very taken back and says he's never had a surprise party before because you need a girlfriend, which is true. Like, I'm a big surprise party person. I've thrown a surprise party for at least 3 boyfriends and other people too, like friends as well. I love a surprise party if it's like a real surprise party. And I agree, like he says he's taken back by their kindness. I kind of would guess that the Summer House people would be like the kindest people. Like, they have their drama, but they do seem like real friends. Like, I think I saw Paige talk about how they're all in a pickleball league together. Like, that's so cute. That's stuff me and my friends would do. Like, I love it. So, like, yeah, if I were to choose someone to be there for me of, like, any Bravo cast, I'd probably choose the Summer House crew. Like, I do think they were probably some of the better friends. And then Jesse sings his song, What Would Jesse Solomon Do? And at first when he starts, it's that awkward moment when someone's about to sing a song they wrote. And you're like, awkward. And it's kind of that vibe. But then it's like, the song is like really good. It's funny. It's well written. And Jesse can sing. And it's like a moment. What would Jesse Solomon do? Did he know about the surprise party though? Because he had the song prepared. So part of me is like, he knew it was coming because he had the song prepared. But then I'm like, what if he didn't know the song? Like, it was a surprise. That was real. And he just wrote a song for when the moment was ready. I want to choose that one because it's very adorable. Like, I imagine Jesse Solomon in his apartment on GarageBand. You're like, okay, I'm writing this song for when the moment hits. It's so cute. Tell me why when they got back, though, Kyle, like, he never pees in a toilet, always in the yard. Why on the front door, though? Why, Kyle? Like, that's a McMansion. Like, ugh, such, like, white man behavior, you know? West and Sierra cuddling in the bed. So cute. And then they do, you know, kind of move into their ritual, like, Saturday, like, the girls in one bed gossiping, the boys in the other bed gossiping. When the boys get in bed, Jesse goes, I hope I don't get hard. Which I died. That was so funny. But it's kind of like the summer house ritual is like the bed talk. And Sierra just kind of talks to the girls about the horseback riding. Guys, I gotta be real. I don't think Wes and Sierra end up together. It's just like, I think I can see it in Sierra that she's logging and processing. Wes seems nicer, and he is nicer than most men on Bravo. Like, he's 1,000% better, but he's still a Bravo guy. I think she's seeing the fuckboy qualities. I don't know. She wants a man, you know? She wants a man. Yeah, I don't know. I love the theme of the party, though. Is it like apocalypse? Like, it's so fun and good choice, Wes. Wes does have the funniest confessionals, like, of the guys. Like, the confessional where he's like, I put my pussy, my crack all into this party. I'm like, that's funny. And so then Kyle gives Carl an offer for Loverboy. And it's honestly, like, it's not a very good offer. $3,000 a month in a retainer, $2,000 per appearance, a percentage of sales of non-alc and merch. Carl says there's equity, but I didn't hear Kyle say that. Carl basically asks no questions. He's like, okay, sounds good. Love it. Thank you so much. Like, he sounds desperate. And he doesn't negotiate at all. He doesn't ask any questions. Like, he does nothing. Like, and then he goes to tell Lindsay about it. And she's annoyed because you didn't ask any fucking questions. You didn't negotiate. And, like, $3,000 a month is not a lot in New York City. He didn't ask how many appearances, if there's a cap on appearances, if there's a non-compete clause. He didn't ask how much equity, like, basic questions. And he keeps saying the same thing. Lindsay, be soft. Lindsay, be gentle. She is soft. She is gentle. What the fuck, Carl? Like, what the fuck? Like, Carl and Jax aren't that different. Carl just uses therapy talk. Jax, we're just like, see how stupid he is? Because he sounds stupid. Carl sounds smart, but he's just as big of a dick. He has no emotional intelligence. I love the... Back to the party. I love how West invited, like, all of his friends from home. It's like he wanted all of his friends to have, like, the joy of being on TV and meeting the summer house crew. And he's so social. He's like Sierra. Lindsay tells Sierra about the conversation and with Carl, and Lindsay says Carl wants a Stepford wife. He keeps telling me to be soft, be gentle, be soft, be gentle. And she was like, I can't do that. He wants a Stepford wife and he doesn't make enough money. There you go, Lindsay. That is the core of the issue of your relationship. And then Paige finally says the truth. Paige says she thinks they're going to go through with the wedding, but they shouldn't. I'm glad Paige is seeing what we all see and just no, like, thank God. And so then Carl and Lindsay try to have a conversation again. Like, he is just using therapy talk to be manipulative. But then he raises his voice and it scares me. And I'm like, that's, everyone has talked about the scary side of Carl, but we've never really seen it on camera. I think we got a glimpse of it there, and it scared me. And Carl doesn't listen to her at all in the conversation. He's saying, "You're not listening to me. You're not listening to me. You're offending me. You're doing this." When she's taking it in and saying, "Okay, yes, hear you. This is how I feel." And he shuts her down. It's just like he thought because she wasn't a fan favorite, it'd just be easy to villainize her. And like, the girlies see through you, Carl. See through you. Well, guys, this was a really fun episode. Thank you so much. We have merch. We have merch. Oh my gosh, yes, we have merch coming soon. We're having t-shirts. We're going to have some coffee cups and other fun stuff coming. So link will be shared soon. Make sure you follow us on TikTok, Instagram. I think that's everywhere. Oh, Spotify, YouTube. We're going to be doing more like YouTube videos. If there's anything or anyone you want to see, let me know. Yeah, we just want to collaborate with like other creators, do fun stuff. Yeah. Have a wonderful week. See you guys next week.